Well, hey there, welcome back to Stone Valley here on Farming Simulator 22. Just got done putting fertilizer out there on that field again for Mr. Sam. He caught me down here, said it needed another application there on his wheat, and so he hired me out for that. So took a little bit of time, but I have plenty of fertilizer, so it really didn't cost me anything but time and just a little bit of diesel. So we're now going to try and get some fertilizer out on the grass. You see it has sprouted, it's growing well, and it is in need of another application of fertilizer, so we're going to go ahead and get that out. But Tiny actually just called me and said that he was on his way. He's bringing down that truck, said he'll be here in just a few minutes. So I'm going to try to get this out quickly so that once he gets down here, we'll be able to help him unload that truck. So that should do it there. All right, we'll head on back up here. We still need to knock out this small little field. Well, it's not a field. I guess it's a small little plot would be more appropriate. We'll get this fertilized up here, and then we'll need to run over to the field beside the house and put another dusting out on it. Oh, how about that timing? It looks like Tiny's coming up the driveway. We'll go ahead and get this put out here. It won't take but just a moment. Wow, that truck looks fantastic. Ian's done an amazing job. If it runs, well, he is a miracle worker. Alright, we got that strip there. Ooh, I drove over Mr. Sam's wheat there. We'll get back up here. I think it'll just be one more little pass here. We should be able to knock this out. This spreader moves along pretty quick. The only thing, it does not have any type of deflectors on the back, so I can't adjust the spread on it like some of the spreaders available. So if I did want to run down an edge or something like that, all I can do is just waste the fertilizer. But it does seem to put it out fairly efficiently, so I guess it all works out. Alright, we have got plenty of fertilizer out on the grass. Let's head up here, see how good a job that Tiny has done on the old truck that was here. Well, Tiny, that truck looks fantastic. You've done a remarkable job on restoring this old junker. Well, I guess it's not a junker anymore.
That's right, Mr. Mike. This thing is good as new. Should purr just like a kitten.
Fantastic. This thing is going to be a valuable asset around the farm here. I can't thank you enough on getting this thing turned around so quickly.
Oh, that's no problem, Mr. Mike. I didn't have anything else going on. Matter of fact, work's been slow around here lately, so I was very much appreciative of the work.
Well, I hate to hear that, Tiny. I wish I had something to, well, to send back with you to repair or fix up, but I don't have anything right now. But maybe I'll keep you in mind if I do have any repair work around here.
Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Mike. Yeah, any work could be good, especially in this day and time. Work's just been hard to come by here lately.
Well, Tiny, what's the best way I can help you out getting this thing unloaded?
Mr. Mike, if you'll just stay out of the way, that'd be the best thing. I'll get this thing backed off here, and you can have the keys.
Well, Tiny, go ahead and do what you got to do there, and I'll stay out of your way. And once again, I do appreciate it.
Oh, you're most welcome, Mr. Mike. We'll see you around here. Oh, come on, old girl, don't fail me now. I told Mr. Mike you purr like a kitten. Don't make a liar out of me. That's a good girl. Hey there, Mr. Mike. You over there in the barn? We'll see you now.
Okay, Tiny, I appreciate it. Well, old Tiny's a good old fella. I tell you what, I've been having some trouble with this door here. Not sure what's going on with it. Just wanted to spray a little bit of lubrication in there. And hopefully it'll work good. Let's test it out here real quick. Oh yeah, that's much better. Much better. Yeah, Tiny was in a hurry. He had to get on out of here. I didn't have a chance to check out the truck too much. But that's it. That is he did a really good job. Really good job. It looks brand spanking new. He said he couldn't match the colors exactly, but he did a pretty good job. Got it pretty close. Put some new rubber on there. I'm very pleased. Let's hop in here and check it out. Interior looks good. Looks like he reskinned the seats. They were splitting and cracking. New headliner. Man. And it runs good too. Very, very neat. Now he did have to rebuild this box here. It was a little different here on this end. But he did have to rebuild that. Well, that's a beaut. I tell you what, that's gonna be a great help having another truck here on the farm, especially one that can haul a little bit more weight. I'm very pleased. All right, let's get this thing backed in here. Pull this over out of the way. Get it out from in front of those bags. And there we go. Well, I made it finally back up here to the other field. We're going to get this fertilizer put out here. And then after this, I actually made a purchase earlier today. The local dealership has an online sales page. And they actually were advertising a used Kubota tedder. And so I went ahead and bought it. I called up there and I bought it. I hadn't seen it. It looked to be in pretty good shape. So I just went ahead and purchased it. I figured I'd be needing it at some point, and I might as well catch one that's used and on sale. Save myself a little bit of cash. So got that. We need to go pick it up. And I think I'm going to run by that old farm that I stopped by. They had the old lady that lived there, and see maybe if she needs some help around there, if she wants to maybe get her property going or back in operation. I did not see any equipment out there. Of course, all of the sheds were closed up, so I don't really know if she has any equipment or if she's even interested in having somebody help her out. I don't know. Figure it's worth a shot. There's quite a bit of land there behind her house that could be used for something. And you think, well, she'd want to have a little bit of income as well. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe things will work out. The horses are doing great. They have adjusted to their new home. Really loving it. They're out there trotting around. So they're liking the space. They're doing really well. We still have plenty of hay in their trough, so they're not going through that too quickly. But as it turns out, I had forgotten to mention this. While I had the horses there at the stockyards, went ahead and had them inseminate them. So both of them should be pregnant, and we should be expecting very soon. Well, we're still a little ways out, but at some point here in the future, we will have some new baby horses. That is very exciting. Kids are super excited about it. Wife is super excited. So that is going to be very, very cool for them to get to see that. Still have so much fertilizer in this spreader here, so whew, I really overestimated the amount I needed, but can't go back now. They don't buy the bulk products back, so once it's sold, it's sold. So we'll just have to hang on to it. I'm sure we'll use it eventually. We got one little piece over here we get, and then we'll go put the tractor up. I do need to wash this thing. I need to wash everything. I haven't had a chance to wash anything. I don't have a hose or anything over there at the cow barn. I hadn't even seen a hose over here, to be honest with you. May have to run down to the hardware store and see if I can't find one. That way I can hook up to a spigot somewhere and start spraying off some of this equipment. Matter of fact, it helped me out to be able to fill up that water tanker as well. So we're just going to leave the tractor here, leave the spreader here for now. Not that we'll need it over here, but we'll just leave it there. We're going to jump in the truck here and drive it down with the trailer to the shop. We'll get that tedder loaded up, brought back down. Whoa, almost hit that. This trailer is just too big for this yard. I did hit it that time. We get out of here eventually. There we go. 17.5 point turn. Alright, we'll head on down to the shop, grab that tedder, and then on our way back to the farm, swing by and talk to the lady about working some of her land. Hey, thank you now, Miss Betty. I appreciate lunch and chatting with you and the opportunity. We'll get started here pretty soon and see what we can get going here for you. We'll see you soon. Well, that was a nice conversation. I actually stopped by here. It was just before lunch. I actually had lost track of time and I didn't think about it, but pulled in here and Miss Betty came and answered the door and invited me in. Had a nice little chat. She actually offered me some lunch, some homemade chicken noodle soup, and a big old slice of cornbread. You can't beat that. So we chatted for a little bit, and she's actually wants me to, well, use her land, farm it, and see what we can get going here. Her husband has passed away last year, and her son was helping out, but he just kind of took it hard and kind of, well, lost touch a bit, and he is gotten into some different things and drifted away from the farm a bit, so she didn't have any help. She didn't know who to ask. No one really around the community has offered, because I guess they figured her son was handling everything, but he wasn't. So her farm has pretty much run into disrepair here and needs a lot of work. Her husband was a collector of old tractors, or her late husband, I should say. And he has a couple very, very nice tractors in here. This was his toy shed. It was right here beside the house, and this is where he kept his toys, as she liked to call it. Undoubtedly, he did have some old collectible cars, but those got sold by her son. So we're going to poke around the farm here a bit and see what kind of equipment is left. She said that her son has sold a lot of it, but there are still some things left. There is a plow here. It looks like a plow, old auger, John Deere 398 auger. Let's see, what else do we have over here? Two more sheds. Now you see the field is in bad shape. I've already walked out and take a look at it. It does need to be plowed. I'm sure it needs some lime and everything, so we'll have to get things up and running here. It's going to take a lot of work. Old cedar, old John Deere cedar there. And looks like a very dirty sprayer. She said after her late husband passed that her son tried to do some things around the farm, but just didn't do it. He put things away dirty, didn't take care of anything. So, well, you see what state it's in. Looks like a nice ripper there. That could be useful. Old Case tractor. Agri King. Check that out. Let's see, we have one more shed over here to take a look in. Oh boy, we got a gleaner. How about that? The header actually looks pretty new. I wonder if they had upgraded the header at some point. Well, that is some useful equipment. That will be very helpful. So she did say that there used to be a grain bin or silo about in this area. She said there was a big old tree here, and they had a storm come by, and it crushed the grain bin, so they had to tear that out. That happened just before her husband passed. She said there was a big hole over here in the ground. Aha, there it is. Oh yeah, that's a pretty big hole. I need to make sure we mark that somehow so I don't drive off into it. Maybe we can get it leveled out for her. So that's it. That is her farm. She's got some equipment here. She wants us to go ahead and see what we can do. We talked about it, and even though she does have the combine, we don't know how beneficial it is to try and grow a crop that uses combine, because she doesn't have a grain storage. So I don't know what we'll do. I'm not sure. I mentioned potentially doing maybe some hay, and she seemed okay with that, so maybe we'll do something that we can just store fairly easily until it's time to sell, and try to make her as much money as we can. Basically, we're just going in on halves. She's providing the land and some of the equipment, and I'll provide all of the seed, fertilizer, and chemicals, and the manpower, and I guess whatever else equipment we may need. So that deal seems to be pretty good. 50%. I have to do all the work, but that opens up a large piece of land that I did not have access to. So that is really, really good news. So on the trailer here, I hadn't talked about it, but I do have the tedder from the shop. We picked that up. It was about $7,000. Money I didn't really need to spend, but it's cheaper than buying one brand new. Seems to be in good shape. Shop went through it, checked everything out. So it should be a good asset for the property here. And especially if we end up doing some hay up there on Miss Betty's land, that'll work out good. So I need to, actually, you know what I need to do is drop the trailer off here. We'll drive the truck back over to the house, and then we'll get the tractor and drive it over here. I need to bring the disc over and the fertilizer spreader, but I'm not gonna be able to bring both at the same time. So we'll probably just work on getting probably just the spreader over here. As a matter of fact, you know what I should do is we'll actually take the spreader up there to Miss Betty's house and drop no, because we need the lime down here. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll probably go ahead and put a coat of fertilizer out up there at Miss Betty's, and then we'll come back and we'll have to once again dig that out of the spreader and put the lime in, and then we'll put some lime out on Miss Betty's field, and then we can think about doing some plowing. Well, that sounds like a good plan. So let me run on up here. I want to take the tractor down there and start putting out fertilizer. Well, the old Kubota is covered in lime. Just got back to the farm here. We got the fertilizer up there at Miss Betty's place put out, and the lime. Got the bags put back in the barn over there. Got the loader hooked up here, or the forks hooked up to move those bags. See, we got the truck over there with the tedder. I did end up getting a little hose hanger and a hose here on this spigot right here on the corner of this barn. So let me hose this tractor off real quick. Did check out the property up there at Miss Betty's, and we are for sure going to have to plow that field. So I think what we're going to do is head on up there and get going on the plow here just shortly after we get done with this. Need to get this tractor cleaned off a bit, and I'm going to grab that tedder, get it off of the trailer, and get that put under the barn. And then we're going to actually use probably one of Miss Betty's tractors up there to do the plowing, and use her plow. Lime is not wanting to wash off of here. There we go. That's good enough. Now that I have the other piece of land that I will have to manage, I am going to have to start looking for some help. I've been able to do most of the work myself so far, but things are fixing to get busy here, especially once we get into harvesting some of this grass. I'm going to have my hands full. So I definitely need to look into getting some help around here. So we'll ask around, see if we can find somebody willing to work. Maybe have to hold some interviews. I'm not sure how many folks may be interested. Starting to collect some equipment now. Got quite a few things here now. That's a good thing. All right, well, I'm going to jump in the truck here and ease on over to Miss Betty's. We're going to start with some plowing. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to click that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you hadn't done so already. As always, I thank you so much for watching, and I hope each of you have a blessed day.